Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever 2 on the Dune Canyon map. Bit of a challenge for us today because we've got to come on down the side of a mountain in order to make this business work. And well, if we don't make the business work, then the business isn't going to work, and that's no good to any of us now, is it? So yeah, stick around, and I'm going to drag a train, kicking, screaming, and chuffing down a mountain, down a chuffing mountain. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Well, this is a startling shot of a chemical plant. Chemical plant, everybody. Hello. Right, well, what are we going to do? So, we've got to get down off the top of the mountain. Yeah, yes, we do. And I think it's fair to call this particular mesa somewhat mountainous, given that it's flipping miles away. You've got a long way to go to get up the hill here. Now, interestingly, and I literally just noticed this. Yeah, interesting. Yes, are you going to tell the nice people at home what's interesting? Well, Coral Springs is what's flipping interesting. Yeah, it is. So, yeah. Right, look, St Petersburg's over here, right? And it's the course of, it's the centre of the universe as far as what we're working on at the moment. And then you've got Coral Springs, which leads out to Santa Clara and all of that kind of business up there. We've got an oil refinery going on here. We've got another quarry there. I see there's a lot of useful stuff there. My primary goal, obviously, is to get everything onto the main line. But I wonder if a parallel line here might be interesting. Well, it'll be interesting whether or not it's going to serve a greater purpose. You know what? I'm moving on. Let's get past that for the moment, shall we? Right. So, train station up here, most definitely. The question is, I wonder whether I can get catchment from a rail station that grabs all three of these. They are quite close together. I'd be surprised if I could. But you know what? We're going to give it a go. Let's get some medium country road. Let's put the roads next to all of the closest edges. Get the tendrils there for me. Thank you. Yep. Good. All right. And same on this one here. Come on. Tendril up. No, I don't want to. Let's try that. Let's try again, only better. Right. Get in and about there. How close do you need to be? Is this orange bit here not count? That's just a bit of textural spillover. Oh, that's no good. All right, well, in which case, well, now you're colliding. Come on, make your mind up. How close do you want me to be? Right. Okay. And then that one's already on the closest edge. So if we just... Look, I've got the money. I'm going to spend it on something completely pointless that I will probably reshape in a moment. Let's take these as close as we can. So that's my center point. I think this is definitely going to be out of range, but we might get those two. Well, let's find out. In fact, I don't even need to use a rail station for this, but I'm going to. Terminus? Or do you think there is the possibility you carry onwards? No, I think terminus is the way to go. Up and down is going to be, perilous. All right, so did we get both? Right, we can get one there. Obviously, we can get one here. How close do you have to be to this one? Come on, just spin. Look, I just want to get a measure of how close I have to get before this one lights up. All the way down there. Okay, you might still be able to get the quarry there. Put in some more road. I don't know why I'm using medium road. What's it road would probably do just as well. Little roads would probably get the job done as well. Let's try that. Yeah, I mean, ultimately this might not work. So brace yourselves for that. Okay, right, yeah. What if we go around the corner? Can I get two? Will you give me two? One. And, no, it's not going to work, is it? Two. Oh, you peasant. I'll tell you what, though. No, I've got a lovely idea. And it is quite a nice idea. Yeah. Okay, so my original scheme, because it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to get a multi-fix on here. My original notion was, run one train up here to do all of this with. But no, don't refund me. Oh no, the new patch is in, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want a refund. I don't want it. Look, if I'm stupid enough to build the thing, then I should be held accountable for it costing me money. Oh well, no, it's okay. You know, it's a well-meaning choice by the development squad. In fact, I'm going to have a quick look in my settings. Well, if there is an option to switch it off, it's not in the in-game menu. Pooh. Okay, well, never mind. But you know, honestly, if I'm quite prepared to wreck stuff, then you know, that's on me. You know, just would you? Right, no, okay. So the original plan was one station that would serve all three of these, and that's probably still the best idea. But I'm not interested in doing best ideas anymore. I am now interested in building what's the most interesting thing we can build. Right, so if I stick... Oh, that's fun. Yeah, it is. If I stick one here, well, we only need a single platform. Right, that'll be close enough to the whatever that's called. Conmats, the construction materials plant. I want it kind of pointing that way. Now, I'm eyeballing this, so I could be wrong in a couple of places. Right, and then we'll stick another one here to catch the iron ore. Yeah, and I want it pointing that way a little bit. Yeah, yes. Yeah, okay. And then one last one down here for this one. Now, I mean, this is... Right, okay, look, let's all be on the same page here. This is a frightful waste of resources, by which I mean money. Yeah, I mean, it is an appalling use of money. But it's going to lead to something interesting coming out the other end. Especially if, as I hope I will, well, I mean, I'm in control of that, so whether I hope I will or not is neither here nor there. Eventually, my intention is to come back and have another go at all of this and tart it up and make it quite exciting to look at. That you might have made a misstep here, you know. Yeah, I know. When I put that there, my original plan was to stick this one in the middle. You can still do that. But this is better. All right, we'll move that then. All right, good. Yeah. Confirm destruction. Charge me for it. My mistake. Let me cut. Are you going to let that go anytime soon? I don't think so. Right, okay. And then we'll stick this one here. Might as well run it right alongside the get-go there. Right, there we go. 3 stations. Now then, two are now connected. We need to connect the last one, and then we can press on with this. Incidentally, I'm going to point out right now, this is likely to be a 2-parter. We're not going to get all of this done today for reasons that will become pretty much apparent as we crack on. Okay, so there's that. Now, we next need to get our tracks down. Stop trying to give me electricity. I don't want it. And that's all she wrote. Right, okay, so if we go over here, I want to run down this mountainside as much as possible. I think I'm going to need a helix, but we'll see how we... I tell you what, let's give this a quick try, shall we? Now, obviously, this is not the route I'm going to take. I don't want to be using pillars galore. I want to see how low I can get going in a straight line. Nowhere near low enough. Look, see, I mean, we've got to go from up there to over there without using a roller coaster. So we're going to need a helix. Love a helix. Right, and I'm going to put the helix at the top. Or do I? All of this hinges around... I'm sorry I'm bouncing around a little bit, but this will become clear, right? We need to resolve the queuing system that we've got at St Petersburg, and I've got an interesting idea that came as a result of one of the comments. I was going to look it up and name check whoever it was made the comment in the first place, but you will know it's you, and you can claim it in these comments, because I said, ooh, to your suggestion. Right. I want a really flipping convoluted junction here. I mean, just massively convoluted. This spiral that I've got, well, it's like a, this curve around. A trumpet, I believe they call it, that I've got here is beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I want to do more like it. Yeah, no, I really do. Oh, hold on. Okay, so maybe if I think about this the other way. All right, okay. Now, by which, well, this will become apparent in about, I don't know, 30 seconds. So if I stick a track here, now the problem there is that you're going to be on the inside of this curve, and you might not have the speed for that. So you might be better off coming in this side. Have we got an extra station there? We haven't got an extra platform there. All right, okay. So you need to. Well, I need a curve that gets over the top of the track there. Okay. All right. So how do you plan on doing that? Now this only needs to be single track. Hey. All right. So let's snap onto there. I may abandon all of this. Right. Just F to the YI. I may change my mind if it doesn't work out more or less how I want it to. Don't go downhill. I want you going up now. Right. In fact, it's going to need to be quite steeply up because we're going uphill. So you sit there. It's going to need to be up because we're going uphill. All right. Yeah. Okay. Smarty pants. Yeah. I trip over my words sometimes. I trip over my thoughts occasionally. See that? That's what we want. It almost did it. I think we need to go up a little bit further and maybe spin out this way ever so slightly. Okay. Right. Yeah. And then I'm planning to go round that way over the top of what we've got there, and then we'll proceed up the mountainside. It's doing it. Hold on, we haven't actually crossed over the other side yet. Go on. Yes. Oh, that's jolly. Right. How do you feel about the speed on that? I'm fine with the speed on that. The gradient is not a problem, right? Because the only trains that are coming down that will be using this piece of track are coming downhill. The uphill section is going to go a different way. No, I've not lost the plot or my marbles. I've got a scheme, and I'm rather fond of it already. Right. Okay. Yeah. Now, are we going to get over that tunnel? Certainly looks like it. Okay. All right. Are you sure? Try find an angle. There you go. Yeah, no, look, that's definitely gone over the top of the other one. All right. Well, I want you to re-emerge again. We don't want... the tunnels should be cheeky in length and no more than that. All right. That's okay. Now, this would be a good place to put your helix. Would it? All right, and what's that going to look like? It's going to look like that or something similar. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right on that front. I bet it'd be... I mean, it's going to be pretty flipping epic, though. Yeah, that's too tall. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are bridges that tall in the world, but you know, that's not what we're about here. Oh, hold everything. Hold everything. Hold everything. Back this up. All right. Okay, yeah, I always forget that you do have the option to gouge, which, while incredibly expensive, I've got 190 million quid in the bank, and therefore I care not a fig for how expensive these things may or may not be. Right, keep going to about there. If I... is it giving... Yeah, there's the gouge option. No, I think that looks stupid. Okay, alright, that's alright. You know, we can do stupid once in a while. But only if it serves a greater purpose. So, to Helix, I am going to have to come back out that way. Or we do it invisibly inside the tunnel and then maybe come back on ourselves. Alright, okay. Now, this approach is born out of a belief, rightly, wrongly, both, probably, that I'm going to be able to make enough money to sport this kind of stupidity. On other lines, and certainly the passenger main line that we're running already is demonstrating a willing and capable approach to profits. Those Alcos are making me an absolute shed load of cash. The reason I'm messing around with this is that I don't really want to do 30 mile an hour around this curve, but the point of a helix is get up as quickly as you can, otherwise you're just using up further space. All right, there we go. Right, and we're back out. We are back in the room. Okay, Yeah. Oh, and we go. Oh, hey, look at this. Now, why are you going downhill? Don't go downhill. I need you still going uphill. That's dramatic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Now, if it'll fit there... Now, I know I can make it a bit tighter than that, but I don't want to. I want to maintain the tighitude without making this ridiculously high in the process. Now, it does need to go up high, but I don't want it to be, you know, I don't want to ridiculous it. All right, let's stick that in, because that's, I mean, you know, that's the elevation it's brought us, so that's quite helpful. And that is going to be fairly close to the goal. So if we continue to work this along... Now we don't want to, if I can avoid it, I don't want to double spiral this. A single will be sufficient. Okay, all right, yeah. Now, continue uphill. Okay, massive uphill. And there, oh, I don't know. Right, well look, take that, and now grab this and see where it leads us. Okay, all right, okay, yeah. Oh, we made it! Oh, okay. Oh, this is going to be good. Now, do you want to just... We could just straight line it, but let's see what that's given us. Now, obviously, while you're track laying, it likes to show all the track you've laid anywhere, which is quite useful. But sometimes it can be just a smidge confusing. Right, so all of this is underground. What if I were to make it not underground? Wait! Okay, not that then. And then you get this flipping lengthy piece of, my goodness me, that's a lot of bridge. Yeah, okay, cancel that. Well, we know that at maximum uphill, we can get there. So that's, you know, that's the start point there. Right, okay, now, break the surface. Are you going maximum uphill? I am going maximum uphill. All right, okay, now, on to the next bit. Now, remember, there is going to be a parallel track on here. This is going to... I don't know where the merger point's going to be. I would anticipate... anywhere around here is probably where the split off for the second track's going to arrive. But as I haven't got a grasp on it yet. That'll come in phase 2, and phase 2 is the tricky phase. Yeah, this is the easy bit. Hold on, keep going that way. Now, it's inevitable we're going to need a tunnel at some point, and that's fine. I just don't want the tunnel to be an extended length. Yeah, keep going. That's good. Yeah, right, okay, and keep coming. Yeah, okay. Now, the good news is that while I'm doing all of this, I've still got 190 million in the bank. I'm rounding. Shh. Yeah, so, you know, even though I'm spending money like water, and I've only got it moving at standard pace, I'm making enough to offset the cost of all of this as I do it. And that's why I can afford routes that maybe don't make profit. What? Don't make profit? All right, where their running costs are slightly greater than the amount they bring in. Well, that's the same thing. That is don't make profit. That's true. What? Yeah. I mean, did you have another point? No, I didn't really. I mean, that's the only point it needs making. That is an acceptable bridge. Okay. Right. You do want to be up on the surface. Like that. Is it still an acceptable bridge? Yep. That's fine. Okay. Now you've left your angle far too tight to get into that one. Oh no, you're gonna have to make an unacceptable bridge. All right, what if I come as far as here? All right, okay. And then we peel over this way a bit. Okay, this is going to be something of a weird junction. I might remodel it. Right, and then you come out over onto this one. And then everything else, we can just work that alongside. So you will need to also head to there. Yeah. Just... keep that more or less on the straight and narrow, would you? Ah, I'll put a lump in there for you. Well, that's jolly decent of you, but it's not something that I really wanted. And in fact, the lump is there. All right, Baba is you. What? It's a game reference. Right, okay. Yeah, come around. Yeah, like that. Yeah, okay. Pretty sure the eyeballing of that angle there was about right. Well, I suppose. Alright, okay, then we peel this off. Yeah. Keep it on the flat. Don't raise it up. Keep it on the flat. And that way we get a relatively neat junction there. And then bring that round. Bit of swan necking for you. Yeah, that's okay. I can live with that. And then the last one. Well, let's bring it out this way. Onto there. Oh, that's, you know what? That's a nice looking bit of junctioning. Yeah, well, nice looking is one way of describing it, I suppose. Right, okay, so that's that bit, and then we've got this one piece of single track here, which I don't know if I want to leave it like that, but I will do for this initial setup. Now, obviously, I'm going to be running 3 trains up here, and therefore, having one piece of single track leads you to a situation where you might end up with a bit of queuing. But it's quite a long way, and therefore... the odds of queuing are pretty flipping remote, because we are going to double track all the way back down again, because it's multiple trains and you can't well, you can, but you have to have passing areas, which appeals to me. Yeah, it does. Oh no. Yeah, if you wanted to single track some of the way. No, I don't like it. I'm not talking about what I've built. I'm talking about, you know, single tracking part of the way. No, keep it double track. In case you haven't already latched on, cost is unimportant, right? And profitability is unimportant. I've got enough, still got 190 million. I've got enough things that are going to make me a bunch of cash that I do not need to concern myself with making money at all. Not even slightly, Gov. Not even slightly. So I can do far-fetched concoctions like this, which, I mean, you know, is actually relatively practical. Whether it's the most efficient way of doing it is neither here nor there. It is. It does get the job done. Yes, I like it. But largely because you could have trains coming out of somewhere and going into somewhere else, and, you know, from here you kind of go, no, I've no idea what the traffic priorities are going on in this one, and that's rather delightful. Yeah. Okay, right, there you go. No, I'm leaving it there. No, that's your lot. What? Yeah, I know, because I've split this project into 2 parts, right? And the second part is... unscrew this junction, right? We've got too much queuing going on this junction, and at the same time resolve the St Petersburg acceptance of further trains, and as a third part of that, then get that hooked up onto this line we've just built. Oh, sure, that's going to be easy. No, it's not. It's going to be anything but easy, and I may end up bulldozing all of this, which is why we're going to take a moment to look at it. There we go. In fact, let's look at it from here. There you go. Ah, yeah. No, you can explain to yourself what's going on there and what the heck I was thinking. I've been Colonel Failure. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'll be back with the next one, where I'm going to do all of that stuff that I just said. Yeah. So, you know, keep your powder dry, and I'll catch you next time. Cheerio. Well, this is what we in the trade call a convoluted junction. And it is properly convoluted. I'm really excited to see how it pans out, because I've a notion. I have a notion that what will happen is that you'll have trains on approach at the same time as trains waiting, at the same time as trains exiting. Now, I don't exactly know how much throughput this station will take. But it's going to be at least double what it's doing now, because you haven't got to wait for them to come back out again. So, if not more, because you've also then got the extra bit of track for them to run out on at the other end, which means that their overall route is a little bit longer. But that means that there's greater opportunity for things to space out. It's a good one, though. It's a good one, and I'm expecting it to look absolutely ruddy spectacular when it's done. And if it doesn't, it won't be my fault. Don't know whose fault it will be.